Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today is Saturday, June the 11th, and I have a special guest with me tonight, Sean of The Guy Who Sews. So everybody, give him a warm welcome, give some thumbs up, and give some love tonight. We're both working on our own version of the same materials and fabric that we bought from Sew Yeah Brothers, and I'll showcase mine in just a second. But I wanted to do a little segue back into my video earlier with Stephanie Stitches. We're kicking off a project. The girls throughout the evening will be dropping information into the link, into the chat box, so you guys can follow that. But it's really cool what we're doing. We're kicking off what's called a block builder, and we're bringing our people in the chat in to join us on this. It's officially going to kick off on June the 27th. Everybody that wants to enter in to be given a block to do and mail back, you'll email me that date on June 27th and write that down at 7 p.m. if you want to join in on this. We're going to create a, you guys are going to be called block builders. It's going to be called the Traveling Quilt Challenge. We're going to try to get 3 quilts out of this, and they're all going to charity, different organizations. If we get more than enough to do 3 quilts, we're going to add people to a wait list, and we're going to call them our angels. Because what you're going to do if we don't get someone's block back or life happens, then what we're going to do is assign that block to an angel. They're going to make the block and they're going to send it to me. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Just so I don't forget by the end of this evening, Monday on the 13th, I've got Tiffany of Tiffany's Quilting Life joining me at 7 o'clock for a sit-down interview, and that's going to be quite fun. So I just wanted to hit that. Then on the 20th, I've got Colleen, our moderator of TNCN. She's going to be joining me for a sit down. I'll be away, but this has been pre-recorded, and I'm thankful that she was willing to do that. So that is the rest of my lineup for June. If my moderators use Practically Creative Melissa and Colleen, you have my beach bag pattern that you can drop in the links. If anybody asked and wants to know, you can go ahead and drop that. It is in the description box as well. I'm going to slip up into the chat before we get started so we can do a warm welcome to everybody. Nancy Gus says, hello, Donna and Sean. Hello, Nancy. Delia Short, hi, Donna and Sean. Nancy Gus, hi, Delia. Let me see, Practically Creative Melissa. Howdy, y'all. Looks like it's going to be just a minute. Absolutely, we had a slight delay, and these things happen. Looking down, let me see. Going down the list, people's asking Melissa how the weather is in Florida. Hello, Courtney. Welcome, sweetheart. It's so good to have you over here on my channel. I love you to pieces. Let me see. Delia, hello. Kim, hi, sweetheart. You've got a package that's going out on Monday. Please watch for that, darling. Delmar Snodgrass from Northern California. I'm sorry, I misread that by a long shot. Welcome, sweetie. Sean, everybody's saying, did you get a haircut today?
I did.
Everybody's saying it looks fine.
Well, yeah, I love my stylist. She does a really good job. I just sit down and tell her, hey, do what you do, and it always looks good, and yeah, she never disappoints.
Oh, Delia, hello. Kathy, hello. She said hello to everybody. Hello, Sean. Don Marie, I'm looking here. They're dropping links. Agnes, hello, sweetheart. Faith, Vicky Lemire, Cindy Goody, Delia, Vicky Lemire, Faith. I'm trying to keep up with this real quick before we get to sewing. So if I've missed anybody, I'm sorry. Moderators, please handle the chat as we are going to go ahead and progress so that we can build this blog, build these fine patterns with y'all. If anybody's sewing along with me, let me know. If anybody's sewing along with Sean, let him know. My email is donna@handmadebying.com. If you can snap a picture at the end of the evening and send it to me of your projects, we will showcase that on my Sunday when I come on and do the wrap up of my Whips UFOs. I'm going to go over any pictures that anybody has submitted. I'm going to go ahead and showcase those in that video as well. So, Sean, I've did enough of the talking. Do you want to give them a look, see at what you're doing, and then I'll show them mine?
Okay, sure. So I'm doing a Drawstring Project Bag. They are mostly used by knitters and crocheters, although you can use them for like your makeup or whatever else you want. And you can make them in a variety of sizes. I'm doing what I call a sock size bag, which is perfect for like if you're knitting socks or something small. This is just an example of one I've made in the past, and it's fully lined. But I'll be using the fabric that we got from Sewera a month or two ago, and this will be my exterior fabric with the Australian cockatoos. And then the interior fabric will be this one here.
Oh, cool. What's your cuts on that? So if anybody wants to sew along, you can give them the measurement.
Okay, so the exterior is 12 inches high and 10.5 inches wide. And then I cut out a 2.5-inch square on both of the bottom sides. So that way it forms the bottom of the bag.
Okay.
And then the measurements for the interior is very similar. Same width, 10.5 inches, but it's only 11 inches high instead of 12. And again, you'll have your 2.5-inch squares cut out here.
Okay, kind of like a boxed corner, but not boxed.
Very, yeah. You'll see what it looks. It's makes it so you can actually have a bottom of a bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and as we go along, it'll make more sense. And I've made hundreds of these bags, I think, in the past, and that's what these squares I've cut out, I've saved, and that's what I'm actually using for my Scrappy Diamond quilt that you've all seen on the podcast.
Oh, that's cool. Now, what kind of cording do you use?
I used a paracord. I think it's, I forget which one it is. It's the, I don't know. You can buy it at Walmart, Michael's, and so forth. I mean, you can use whichever one you want. I've got this cool orange one here, but I usually use white, gray, or black. I find they're very universal.
Okay. Never. Everybody was asking you to show it, and you just did.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to piggyback into the chat. So what I'm doing is I'm using the bigger fabrics. This is going to be the inside of my bag. I did pre-make a couple of the little slots just to save time. I've got my pockets pre-made, but I just wanted to show you that. And then I added drink holders for the inside that you can hold your water bottles up instead of them lagging over.
Okay.
So that's the inside section. Let me see, front and back. Let me show you what the outside of my bag's going to look like. And this is the one I'm going to use.
You'll use one of the panels. Okay, that's neat.
Yep, I wanted to see how big I could go because I have convention coming up. So I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to use this.
Oh, yeah, that looks great.
So we'll see what it looks like in the end.
Okay.
And I went ahead and pre-made my straps so that I have those to save a little bit of time. But everybody knows how to make the straps, but it's also in the directions as well.
All
So
right.
let me see what I've got here. And then this is my large inside pocket as well. So I'm going to start there on mine. So you go ahead and walk them through on yours, and I'm just going to go ahead and start flipping pockets.
Okay. So what I'm doing with mine first up is I'm going to sew a half inch seam along the side of the interiors, both sides, and then along the bottom. And I did not get a chance to write a pattern for this yet. I do need to do that soon. And I may end up just doing a tutorial on my channel at some point in the near future if there's enough interest, of course.
Sounds good.
All right, so let me move this so
So I'm
you can
on
see
pocket
what
one on mine, and I went ahead and pre-made it. And mine are going to be floating pockets on the inside, and you'll see why in a second. And I went ahead on mine and added the snaps so that I've already got those in. So right now I'm just pulling my pockets, and each one I've pre-marked. Fits my cell phone, so it's already done. I have been watching you today, catching up on your videos. Thank you, Cindy. I hope you like everything you're seeing. We do put quite a bit of work into them, just as everybody else. But it's so much fun. I'm getting more relaxed a bit where I was really uptight in the beginning, so I hope you bear with me on that. Stephanie, welcome, darling.
Oh, Miss
All I'm
Stephanie.
doing
Yeah.
here is flattening my pockets per se. So I measured my pockets down, and I have a pre-drawn line here for my pockets, and mine are going to actually be 3 inches from the top because I don't want to have to reach far down into my bag when I do the floating pockets. And everybody, you can choose to do yours however you like, but I really like the floating pockets. And this one here, I have it marked. This is just a drop pocket, and I didn't put a tab in this one, a snap. And I'm just using my fingernail, and I'm pushing my seams so that I get them really good and flat. And this one here is for anything that if I'm walking the beach or whatever, my granddaughter and I, we love to pick up seashells. So I know we always bring back more than this, but this is for those sand dollars when you find them. So I'm going to pin this one back in place as well. Okay, babe. Can you please bring me up a Dr. Pepper, honey? And take down my coffee cup? I appreciate it. Thank you, honey. And then I'm moving to the fourth pocket because I'm a pocket snob. I gotta have a lot of them. And this one here is just one I added in. It wasn't in my original plan, but then when I was doing this with one of my moderators, I was like, I really need that because everybody knows when you're away, you have to have somewhere to secure your keys. So I come up with this little one with a snap to put my car keys in or my condo keys. So I needed that. And that's why I've got so many pockets in mine. Every one of them has a different slot and a different reason. So I've got my line drawn, and you don't have to worry about it staying because it's with the friction pin and it'll come out. What's that? So I've got that. They're tucked in. I've also added into mine, and these are going to be bottle holders, and I'll show you that in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and tack these in so that this will make them into their floating pockets. And I just love a pocket that floats so it's not tacked into anywhere it shouldn't be. So I just bring it back as far as I can. The pockets were extremely easy to make. And then you're just going to back tack them in so they're really secure. And I'm going to pull my pin. Make sure that you're on your line that you drew. Back tack it as much as you can so that it is secured extremely well. Pop this one off, and then you're just going to move through all 4 pockets the same way, straight across. And then when I do them, I make sure that I'm right on the line that I originally started with. Donna, are you close to the beach? No, sweetheart, I'm not. I'm 5 hours from the beach. but I am with Maryland State Firemen's Association, and I'll be posting some kind of a video of some sort while I'm away. But our yearly convention is being held again this year in Ocean City, Maryland. So I'll be leaving to head down for our convention so that I can install the incoming president for this term. And I was president for the term of 2020 during the pandemic. And we didn't get to do a whole lot because everybody was all locked down, but I still did my time and served. So this year I go down and install the president who's coming in. So I'll be down there for a week. My auxiliary ladies are going, and it's a big deal within the state. I've been a volunteer forever, and it's just my passion. I believe we all can give back somehow. So that just happens to be one of mine. But when I'm installing, one of my friends down there is going to go ahead and go live from my phone so that you guys can see another side of me as well. She's not going to do the whole thing, but just when I go up on stage to do the installation so you can see a little bit of what I'm doing. So the floating pockets are now in. I'm not going to latch them yet because I want to make sure that I can see. I do have a couple strings, but I'm going to snip them off and then I'm going to join my back.
Let's see. Okay, so what I've been up to is I've actually made the interior of the bag. I've gone down the sides and along the bottom, and then I've also done the side parts. So now we have a full interior lining of the bag. And then, oops, knocking things around. I've also sewn the top edge of the exterior down on each side. I've done about a 1/4 inch. And so what I'm going to do now is do the sides on the exterior. And this is a little bit different to the interior. You want to start sewing 2.5 inches down from the top. And then that way it leaves a gap open for you to put your drawstring in right here.
Cool. So moving on to the second part of mine, and it's where we have the big pocket that I'm adding in, and I've pre-made the outside lining of the pocket, but right now I'm going to just sew the pocket in place along the bottom. That way it is secured in. And then I have my lines pre-made. And what I did for mine was I did my markings as to where I wanted my pockets and what size I wanted my pockets to be. So I'm back tacking in because you always want that to be pretty secure anytime you're going to add any weight. So you never know how heavy your bag's going to need to be. So I do a lot of back tacking on the bottom of any time I add a pocket. Hello, Vicki. Hello, Teresa Louise, and welcome, sweetheart. Sorry if I missed ya. And if I missed anybody else, I'll catch you in a minute. Hi, Stephanie. Or Sassy Stephanie. And what we're doing tonight is just showing you different things you can do with some crazy printed fabrics. And when Sean and I got these, it was so funny. We were both on at the same time, and we both loved this fabric, and we weren't even sure we were going to get it. There was quite a bit of people that were trying to get it, so I didn't really know until it arrived. That's why you froze on your video.
Yep, and I love this fabric because it's loosely modeled on Australian birds.
Yep, it's pretty.
Yeah. And so when I saw it, I was, as soon as they gave out the number, I was right on top of it. I'm like, I'm getting some of this.
So now what I'm going to do is I have my lines, and I want one pocket just a bit bigger. So I've measured mine, and all I'm going to do now is sew this pocket in place so that when I drop things in, they're all going to have their own little pocket. So I'm still going to back tack in here as well. Your stitching's not really going to show.
Oh no. Oops. Come here.
So that's 2 pockets. Now I'm going to pull the pin there because I no longer need that pin in place. Now I'm coming to my 3rd line, and this one I made just a bit smaller. You can do them all symmetrical, but I chose to do one that's going to be just a little bit smaller, so suntan oils and things like that. So this one's now done.
All right. And so now I've done the sides and the bottom. And now I'm just going to flip these out like so, and you'll get a straight line, and then you just sew down that, and that helps create your bottom.
That's cool. So now I'm going to marry my lining. I'm going to put my front where my pockets are. And I'm just going to lay them belly up. But you got to make sure your drop pocket is faced the same way as your inside pockets that you just added. And then what I'm going to do is pin in place because I don't want that to come apart. Normally I would be clipping, but this one here I just want to make sure that it lines up exactly the way I want it, because I've got this side pocket, the drop one, you want to make sure that that's going to catch. Then where your water bottle or cups are going to be, I've made a secondary little sleeve here that you're going to be able to drop in. So when we sew this together, you're going to want to make sure you heavily back tack there because you're going through a lot of fabric. So I've got that side. Like I said, normally I would use my clips, but this one here, I needed to pin.
And so now I've sewn the sides and the bottom and of the bag closed, and now I'm going to make the opening so you can put your drawstrings through. So what I do is I fold it over 1/2 inch and then clip, and then I will sew down, I'm trying to make sure you can see, down here across, and then back up the other side and repeat it on the other side.
And now on mine, I'm just back tacking at the top seam and coming straight down. And every time I hit the bulk, that's either going to be one of the side pockets or it's going to be the water bottle holder. So as I get there, just back tack over it. And I'm using the full 1/4 inch. I'm not doing the scant because I need this to be really heavy. I will be boxing the corners, but I'm still going to sew off at the end. And then bring my other side over because I want to do both sides at the same time. Let me see. Together we sew, dropping the links. Just making sure we're not missing something in the chat. Where that hit. That's where that bottle holder is going to be. And then now I'm going to sew straight across the bottom. And all this is for your lining. And it's going to be quite nice. It's going to be large, but I like a large bag. And now
I don't think you never had too big a bag for a beach bag.
No. And you've got to remember, you have to leave your opening at the bottom for turning. So this is quite a large bag, so I'm estimating it, but it's up to you. I like to leave about a good 4 or 5 inches because in the end, you're going to sew it closed and no one's going to see. And while I have it here, I'm going to move my machine and I'm going to go ahead and measure to box my corners. That way I'll already have it done and I won't have to fool with it later.
All right, Marion says, hi everyone. I don't know how late I am, but better than not at all. Absolutely. I hope you're all having a good evening. You're not that late. I mean,
no one's ever late. So I'm coming in a good 3 inches because this bottom's going to be quite wide. But that's going to give me a nice bottom. And then the outside of the bag, I'm going to do the same. Coming into my 3. Down to my 3.
All right. So now the exterior of my bag is done. And then there now the interior and the drawstring can go in. I think I see it. You'll see it in better detail a little bit.
Is it ours?
So now I'm going to put my interior into the exterior, like so. And then I will flatten out this seam and cut off this extra thread. Let's move the old sewing machine for a minute. And so I'm lining it up, and then I'm going to fold it over. Same on the other side. Hopefully you can all see somewhat. And I'm going to clip on this and do the same for the other side.
So I have that boxed off now. Did you open this, babe? Let me have a look. Everyone's sorry. I missed the beginning. It's okay, sweetheart. No one's ever late to a party with us.
Nope. And there's always replay to become 24 hours late.
Absolutely.
All right.
The pattern for Donna's bag is in the description box. Sean's is making slightly different. Absolutely. By the way, Adelia, depending on what device you're using.
And so I'm sewing down the seam right here. I usually use like a zigzag stitch fairly tight, so that way it's nice and sturdy for years to come. Look, and there goes the thread. Dang it.
So now I'm just going to sew down my sides. And I'm going to lock in. I know you don't talk like that, at least on here, but I was just joking. I surely hope that there's no issues in this. I would hope not. I love you all, and kindness matters, so if there's an issue, you guys can take it offline. Okay, I'm just making sure. I love y'all. So now you're going to do the same across the bottom. I really starched heavy on mine, and I did a light interfacing on it just because I like a little bit of a stiffer bag. And I went ahead and sprayed it because on the beach you're going to get that sand and everything with a little bit of waterproofing. But it's not going to hurt my machine. I just figured I'd do it before my fabric got wet. And the death of a bobbin, we've all experienced it. So tonight, I lost that race.
Ooh. Hey, Beth, good to see you. I will definitely pray for that young boy, Miss Nancy. That does not sound good at all.
What happened? Please say a prayer for little. One of the boys my kids have fostered, he is 10 and is back in the hospital again. He tried to kill himself by drinking. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, darling. You never know what someone's thinking or what they've even endured or been through. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, definitely.
One can't get too many prayers, I'll tell you.
Amen to that. All right, so now that I've sewn, I'll go back up just a step. I've attached it here, as you can see, a nice tight zigzag stitch that holds it all together on both sides. So now what I'm going to do is flip it out. So this is the inside of the bag. And read that again. Trying to show the best way of doing it. Basically what I'm going to do is pin it down like the outside edge will go over the top of the interior, and that way I can just go around and sew it. So I clip it a couple of times. And if anybody can hear that snoring, that is copper.
That's too funny. I thought I bored you already and you fell asleep.
No, not me. That is copper. He's louder than most men when it comes to snoring.
So now I'm going to go ahead and cut out my pockets to make the box. So if you've never made one, it's really easy.
Oh, whoops.
You just do whatever your measurement is. The same across the bottom as it is the top. Be careful when you get to your corner because you don't want that messed up. And I'm not sure if she's still in here. Yeah, Stephanie. She's the one that taught me how to do my box corners.
Green skies, I do not like green skies or green clouds.
So what you do is stick your hands down in if you haven't made them before. I've got quite a big opening, but that's what I want for a big bottom for my bag. So you line your seams up so they're going the opposite directions. And like I said, normally I wouldn't pin because I prefer clips.
Yes, I guess it's Steer or Stir is asking how we function before these clips were invented. Thankfully, I did not need to know the answer to that question because they were well in existence when I started quilting.
I love the clips.
Oh, so do I.
But certain projects you just need to pin. And when I want my seams to line up, that's a surefire way I need it to do.
Yep, definitely in my top 5 favorite notions.
So that side's done, and I'm going to repeat over here. Just bring, I don't know if you can see, all you're going to do is take your seams and match your seams. And one's going to nest this way and one's going to nest that way. And the way that I was taught, pin it. That way you're not going to have to worry about it slipping. Then you stick your little fingers in here, shake it out, and lay it down. And then you've got your perfect corners. And then you're going to repeat that on your lining as well. So now we're going to get these. And I've already measured them, so we're going to cut these. Make sure there's nothing under them when you do. And box these out as well. Colleen was my tester, as this is the first pattern that I've ever worked with on my own, and I think she liked it.
Yeah, I think Melissa was saying that was really easy too, if I remember reading that correctly.
Once you get it all lined up, it comes together so nice. And then all you do is lay it back down and repeat.
Am I frozen?
Definitely the 1/4 inch seam allowance. Thank you, baby. And then make sure you back tack in your corners, because you don't want to, you never know when something heavy is going to hit that corner and you don't want it to bulge out. And then just, like I said, nest your corner. Right there, ever so good. And that way everything lines up. Remember, you've got your turn hole here. So we've got that. Now on the outside, Sean's frozen, Joe. Hold on. It might be on his end, guys, so hold on.
It is.
Yeah, he knows it. It might be his internet. So he's probably gonna jump back in. So Joe will be watching for him. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and do our straps. I can show you how cool this is, though. Is that not coming together so stinking cute? I can guarantee you no one at the beach will have one like it. Just trying to think of a cool way to do this. Is he back? Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, I figured I'd just hop out of the meeting, come back in and see if that fixed it.
It happens, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, nothing's perfect.
No.
Because I could hear you just fine. I mean,
do what?
I could hear you just fine, so there wasn't an issue there, but I don't know. It was weird.
It happens, honey. So all you're going to do is put your handles where you want them.
Yep.
Make sure there isn't any twist. And pin in place. gonna flip over and repeat. Hi, Teresa Louise. Thanks for hopping in. And to make sure they line up, just pull down your top a little bit and make sure you have them right there where you want them. I want to make sure I'm down far enough that when I go around the top after we marry this bag, I'm not going to have to worry about pins. But I will secure them in place.
All right, so my bag is done. All I have to do now is attach the drawstring part to it. And to do that, I find the best way is to grab a safety pin. If you have a big safety pin, they work best. But mine has seemed to have gone missing. Finley probably took off of it. And then it just goes in one of these holes right here, comes all the way around and out again at the other side. I think there are actually notions that you can buy that does this for you, that makes it easier, but I find the old safety pin works pretty well once you've done it once or twice.
So what did you do? I missed it.
I'm putting the drawstring part in.
Oh, okay. Did you create a pocket for it?
I did, yes. That's how I bend the how I make the exterior fabric a little taller so I can fold it over and then flip the side.
Okay.
That's how I learned how to do it.
All right. So my handles are on now. So now comes the fun part. We're going to take the outside of the bag and tuck it into the inside of the lining. So the easiest way to do that, and you want to make sure that your straps are down in too. So I just gather it up really simple and set it down inside. And you're going to want to start in your corner and clip all the way around. Honey, can you give me my clip box up there? My box of clips way over in that corner. It's okay. You're going to be on camera. They know what you look like. You can't hide forever. You're taller than I am.
He's hiding his face.
Thank you.
All right, so Marianne's asking me what fabric line it is. It says here in the selvage, the Spirit to Create by Free Spirit Fabrics. Does that sound right?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Now, it was something Soya was selling about a month or two ago. Apparently, they were saying that the fabric line designer, or whoever, whatever you call them, had a lot of trouble moving this particular line. But yeah, we all snapped it up as soon as it became available on Soya. So I think it's just a matter of having someone that knows how to sell it.
Absolutely. So all you do is nestle up your corners, and then you're going to come dead center and do the same thing. So now you've got your centers, and then you're going to pin a little bit straight across, and then you're going to pin wherever your handles are. I'm a pinner, so, or a clipper. I just like everything to come out nice in the end when we're done. So I'm going to hit all the pockets first to close that up. Nancy goes, high-tech man. He hates to be on camera. So if you ever see him, there was bribery involved. Good night, everyone. Going to hang outside before the rain comes. Thank you, Steffi, for jumping in. I've already, in the very beginning, hopped on and gave a real quick review of our special project. So I went over that with them, and we'll keep pushing that out. All my mods are also going to. So I've got my clips in. Now all we're going to do is sew all the way around. So what I like to do is start wherever the heaviest spot is, but that's just what I prefer to do. And I'm going to come in a full quarter inch here, and I'm going to hit where the handle is really heavy a lot on each one, because I don't want it to budge.
All right, and my bag's all done.
Brett.
So as you can get the exterior and the interior, you can see.
That turned out really cute.
Yeah, I just thought, like when I saw the fabrics, I was like, these will make excellent drawstring project bags. That was the first thing I come up to. So, but yeah, this size here is perfect for putting like socks or something like that into, like when you're knitting or crocheting them, something small, and then you can just make it taller and wider if you want to make it for a larger size project.
That is cool.
So this will probably go to Amanda to join her collection.
I saw her collection when she was doing her week in review.
Yes.
I love her projects.
Yeah.
If
No,
I
she
ever was savvy enough, Beth is she still on? She was talking to me about crocheting, and I was like, whew, haven't touched that in almost 30 years, 40 probably.
Right.
My grandma taught me a straight stitch, and I still actually have that same yarn and never touched it. I made the longest string, or what do they call them, chains,
I guess.
in the history of anything.
All right, Marianne says apparently the designer is an Australian street artist named Mulga. Thanks, Google. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. I know Mulga's also a type of venomous snake down there. So I don't know if that's their real name or if they use that. I'll have to go research that.
Absolutely. Sean, apparently the designer. Okay, Sean loves. Everybody loves your bags.
Well, thank you. Let me go see what else.
What gave you the idea to create that?
Summer birds. All right, so the exterior, the fabric line is called Summer Birds.
Oh, okay.
According to this, at least. And then interior, let's see what it says. That's the one we used, yes. Yeah, free spirit. Spirit to create. Yeah, so I guess Summer Bird, spirit to create. One or the other.
Cool. So
then,
now I'm just turning it right side out. We all get them typos, Melissa. Colleen, you're killing me. That was funny. So I made my hole a little smaller than I thought I did, but a little manipulation will get it.
And then, did you get this one as well, Donna?
Yep. I love that one. Are you
Yeah, I
going
want
to
to
do
make
your laptop bag or?
for my tablet. Yeah, I didn't get
Yeah.
around to getting a pattern for that yet, so it's not going to happen tonight, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
want to use, and then use this as the interior for the case.
Okay.
And then this is the one that you're using this for the exterior, right?
Yep. Here in just a minute, once I get the bottom tack shut. I'll be able to show you.
Yeah, I'm just doing show and tell now.
Lucky.
And did you get this one, the little
Yeah.
family?
I just don't know what to do with that one yet.
I'm thinking about putting it maybe between the roof and the pass-through up here.
Ooh, that would be pretty.
It's like might be a bit too tall, but that's kind of what I envision. But I don't know. I'll come up with something to do with it. But I just love this fabric line, so I had to have it.
That's how I was the night I saw it. I was like, I honestly didn't even know we got it.
Oh, okay.
And when it showed up, I was really excited. I can't find my labels.
All right,
No,
Delia
my little
says
roll of labels.
the husband wants her to cut out one of the birds out and applicate it onto his jean jacket. That'd be fun.
All right, let me cut my string, and then I can do show and tell. Sorry, guys, I'm lagging a bit.
I cheated. I chose an quick and easy project.
I still need that pattern.
Yes, I will get it.
Yeah,
I will get it to you as soon as I can.
yeah, I told Bebe that you were doing that, and she's like, I gotta have one for my doll clothes.
Oh, that's a neat idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has American Girl dolls, so
Okay.
we're gonna be making them for American Girl dolls.
Okay. All right. Hopefully tomorrow I can get it done. I wasn't expecting me out as long as I was today, so. But since Miss Bebe asked me to do it, I'll make sure I get it done for you soon.
So this is the outside
Oh, very nice.
and the inside, and like any other project, all we do is invert it and give it a good shake down. You got to make sure all your pockets and everything are down in, and give it a tussle. And my lining on the inside matches my lining on the outside. But I am going to go around and do a stitch around the top. But that's just, I like it secured, and I think it gives it a little bit more decorative. But for you all, I'm not going to make y'all sit here through that. I'll just pin it and then show you the inside. And I always give it a little finger loving to get it manually manipulated where I want it to go. You'd think it's a pin. I'm sticking it.
Yeah, it's looking. I think that bag looks great. You've done a really good job on that.
Thank you. I've never designed anything, and I sat here for a couple weeks just writing it out, and then finally when I got it to where I liked it, I did a rough copy with scrap fabric,
Hmm.
and I really liked it. So then I asked Colleen if she would join me to do a so long. I just wanted to walk her through it to see her thoughts.
Right.
And I have to ask, Colleen, can you tell me what you think of the bag? I think it sews so simple, but I'll stand up a second. I like a droopy bag, but I've also made a false bottom for mine because I know I like a hard bottom in mine. So I made the bottom, and I can show you that I'll just drop in. And all it is just a false bottom.
Okay.
And I'll do the stitch around the top this evening and finish it off. The straps are perfect for my height. And on the inside, if I can show you, trying to get a good camera angle.
I know it's not easy sometimes.
No. But you should be able to see all the pockets. It's got the floating pockets, and then it's got the drop pockets inside. And then it's got water bottle holders, because we all need our water. So
Yep.
your drink cup or whatever can sit straight down inside. So that's my project.
Well, I think you did great with that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
because
think,
when you do it yourself, you can kind of modify it and add what you want. Like
yeah, I
it's
just drew it
custom.
out on a piece of paper because I know what I like in a bag.
Yeah.
So I was measuring that, and I was like, well, I need it to be this big to fit my beach towel, my swimsuit, my cover up, then pockets for all my lotions or creams, and
Hmm.
then my headphones. And I was thinking everything that I would use in it.
Right.
So I made it to suit me, but everybody can adjust the inside however they like. But I know I drink a lot of water at the beach, so I needed a holder for my cup with ice and then a couple bottles of water. So so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Sean is going to get us a pattern.
Yep.
Cut the A's and put them on both sides. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Wide strips, absolutely. I like my strips wide. That's a nice bag. I'm making mine with upholstery fabric. That'll be cool too. Yeah, that'll be cool. I just needed lightweight for down at the beach because when you start loading everything in it, you don't want it to be too heavy. You can't carry it. I wanted to thank everyone for joining us tonight. I don't even know what time it is. I think we come in about an hour, so that's not too bad.
Yep.
Very nice bags, both of you. What did you use for your false bottom? That's so cool. Let me show you. If you don't ask me, I forget to tell you. These cutting mats that you get at the Dollar Tree, all I did was I knew how wide I wanted my bottom. My bottom's 4 inches. So I took and just basically cut this in half, and then I taped the two pieces together at the width I needed, and my bag's got 11-inch bottom. So I just taped around it, and then I made the sleeve, slid it in, and I got my false bottom. Just thinking outside of the box.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, and it's hard enough and sturdy enough. What did you use for your false bottom? That's what I just told you. I love that bag. They're absolutely gorgeous, you two. Thank
Thank you.
you. I'll have to watch the replay again. I think they're fun. When we get off of here, I'm going to watch the replay myself so I can do one of those of Sean's. I'll just kind of jot down the notes from his because I know if she shows up here tomorrow and I haven't done one for her, she might be a little bit upset. So
Well,
I'm going to have to do
just
one.
blame me for it. It's okay.
But I wanted to thank you all. For those of you that come in late, you might not know, so I'm going to reiterate again. Stephanie Stitches and Kathy of Kathy's Cute Creations and we've joined forces and we're doing what's called the traveling quilt. We're opening this up for everybody to join in for us. And what it's going to be is we're asking you guys to be block builders. If you are interested in that, you'll send me an email to Donna at handmadebying.com on June 27th at 7 p.m. when I join with Kathy of Kathy's Cute Creations for her interview. As soon as I'm done her interview, we're going to kick off this charity quilt. So I can give you the dates, but I'm sure my mods have already dropped the dates. We're going to build the blocks on my page, build the quilt top, then I'm going to send it to Stephanie Stitches. She's going to quilt it up, and it's going to leave her hands, and then go to Kathy's Cute Creations, and she's going to bind it. All this is going to be done live. When it gets to Kathy for her binding, as soon as she ends the binding portion, my husband will start a scroll up the screen or on the side. We haven't figured that the way that we think it's going to look nice, but everybody's name and the name of their block, and if it's if we get enough, we're going to pray that we get enough to do 3 quilts. We think that's going to be awesome for 3 amazing charities. So if you're interested, think about it. Join us on June 27th for that. It's really going to be a lot of fun. Then in July, while I'm getting my foot out there, I'm just going to go ahead and go one step further. I'm teaming up with Melissa of Practically Creative and TNCN Colleen. We're going to be doing 3-yard quilts. We're going to start them on Thursday. I have to look at my calendar. And we would love for anybody that wants to sew along. We're going to do it at noon on Thursdays, kicking off July the 7th, 14th, and 21st, noon to 2, if you want to pencil that into your schedules. That's going to be fun. Let me grab the pattern for you. So if you don't have it, you'll be able to get it. It's Donna Robertson's patterns, so I'm going to give you the number on it if anybody wants to join in, because we won't be able to give the cuts online. I have sent her an email to see if it's possible, but I haven't got a response back yet. It's pattern 031950, and we're going, let me open this pack. I'm not going to use this fabric, but I just wanted the books. I had to, in order to get the book, I had to buy it all. But we're going to be doing, let me grab the name of the pattern. In each one of these books, it's so neat. They come with 8 different patterns. We're doing Time Machine. Now, is that not gorgeous? Whoops, I guess I'm supposed to cover up the requirements. Somebody screenshot. But it's really neat. So we're going to do that every Thursday. We're going to start it on my channel 1 week, and then we're going to go to Melissa's for week 2, and then we're going to hop over to Colleen's for week 3. So the goal is to complete the quilt in 3 weeks.
When you say time machine, this is what I think of.
Absolutely. Is that not cute?
Yeah, I know. I saw that in the store and had to have it.
Oh, absolutely. But I love Donna Robertson her patterns and things, and I follow her. So when I saw this, I was like, I just got to try it. So if I'm going down, I'm inviting others to join me too. So with all that being said, does anybody have any questions? Is it going, 1 minute, is it going to be any blocks that we can send you? No. The way this is going to go, and I'm sorry I wasn't more clear, I have blocks that I bought this block builder card box, and it comes with 40 blocks, but we've chose to do the quilt in 36 blocks. What you need to send me is, they're going to be 10.5 inch by use sent to me, and then by the time I fit it into the quilt, they're going to finish at 10-inch. Your background on them are going to be white, and you can choose whatever color you want because we want it to be scrappy. We want it to look cool. You know what I mean? So whatever, but no children fabrics for these because these are going to adult charities. Um, we will send you the quilt block in a PDF. If you can't do PDF, when you do submit your name to us,
PDF or JPEG.
he says it's called PDF or JPEG.
If they can't handle PDF, we'll send them a JPEG.
So you all know what that is? I don't have a clue. He's the tech
JPEG's a
guy.
picture file.
Yeah, but that's on him. So on the 27th, don't email me yet because to make it fair across the board, we're going to do, our goal is to do 3 quilts. So with Stephanie announcing it on hers, I'm announcing it on mine, and then Kathy of Kathy's Cute Creations is going to announce it on hers. We're going to kick it off on the 27th. So if you guys can give us a lot of word of mouth, push this out on your channels. There's 3 amazing charities that these quilts will be going to. Our goal is definitely to do 3. If we get more than that, we're going to maybe have to reach out. I don't know. We haven't decided on that yet and see if anybody else wants to join in. But I know our limit for our time schedules is we can push out 3. So that's a big mouthful. A lot of good things is happening for all of us. We're all growing. We're all supporting each other. And for that, we're all thankful and blessed. For Joe and I, we finally got our sewing space back up and running after a 5-day hiatus. We weren't sitting around, but we totally emptied our space, revamped it, brought in the long arm, and then we had to create the room around it. Joe, can you show them that? For anybody that didn't see it earlier, today we did do a room tour, but this is kind of, once you've seen one, you've seen them all, I'm sure, but to me, it's my baby. We just got to find her a good name yet. But there she is in all of her glory. And now all I have to do is learn the difference as everybody's telling me. I'm used to my sit-down mid-arm. So that's like moving the paper under the pencil. Now I've got to move the pencil on the paper in reverse when you're going to the long arm versus the mid-arm. But it's going to be fun. I love to learn. So, with all that being said, Sean, you probably got to get going too. So, if there's any questions, let me know. If not, we're going to go ahead and cut out of here. I want to watch the replay on his measurements so I can knock that bag out yet tonight. And then I've got a large project. Oh, I didn't show you this. I made a wallet to match my bag.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and it'll hold 8 credit cards, mad money, and then my spendable money. So I made that while I was talking to Colleen one day, just so it'll match my beach bag. So I think that's it.
Okay.
We love you guys. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
And we'll catch you in the next live on somebody's channel somewhere.
Yep. All right.
And
Thanks for
don't
having me.
forget, 13th Monday, I have Tiffany of Tiffany's Quilting Life on my channel. So I'll hope to see you all there. Thank you guys. God bless and have a wonderful night.
Good night.
Bye.